Greetings comic book fans and welcome to Dude's Comic Haul for the second week of July 2015. I'm Jason and this is my regular video. Every week I upload it where I share with you the books I've picked up today and officially the best day of the week, New Comic Book Day. 13 books I picked up today, which was a nice sized haul. I did have originally, I had 3 books I dropped. I was going to get Age of Apocalypse issue 1. I was going to get Civil War and 1874, all issue 1s, but I decided, you know, with Age of Apocalypse it was $4.99, so that immediately kind of made me say, do I need this? And I love the original Age of Apocalypse, but everything I've kind of read when they've gone back to it hasn't really lived up to that original. Plus, added onto that, as I know from other books that I've read in the kind of Secret Wars tie-in books, it's set 8 years after the story we know, because they've been on Battleworld for 8 years, so it's not the world and the story we know. It's an advanced version of that world. So I thought, with both Age of Apocalypse, Civil War, I thought I'll wait and I'll get those when they come on Marvel Unlimited. I'll read those there. And with 1874, I like the idea of like a kind of like Wild West version of the Marvel Universe. That sounded interesting, but just not interested enough for me to really need it now. I can wait 6 months to read that. So those 3 books went by the wayside. 2 books I was tempted to get were Archie #1 and #1 of a book called Negative Space. Negative Space is about a bloke who has writer's block writing his suicide note. So he goes out for a walk and he uncovers this kind of conspiracy thing that's going on. I think it's supposed to be kind of a supernatural kind of book. It sounded an interesting idea, but I found out it was a mini-series, so I thought, you know what, if it's good, I can get it in trade. And as for Archie, I would definitely have picked that up today. I don't know much about Archie, but all I needed to know, it's written by Mark Waid with art by Fiona Staples. That was me sold. Unfortunately, we don't really get the Archie stuff that much over here in the UK, and my comic shop didn't have Archie in, so they don't. A lot of the Archie books, they kind of sometimes have him in, sometimes don't. So, but yeah, at the moment, no Archie stuff in my comic shop. So, they may have it next week. Sometimes they have it the week after, but it's hit and miss. Archie, like I say, isn't as big a thing over here, so they don't tend to get it in as much. So that meant that my haul, that's like 5 books I saved from Pick It Up, so my haul was 13. Nothing off the shelf, everything was from my order, so without further ado, let's get into this. First up, we have a Batman, issue 42. We have our new Batman, so it's, I'm still, while they're winning me over, like last issue did a really good job of kind of winning me over on Jim Gordon as Batman, I'm still not 100% convinced, so hopefully Snyder can pull up and further convince me. We then have Batman Superman issue number 22. I enjoyed the last issue of this, which was my first issue I'd ever read of this. You've got this storyline that's running through all the Superman books at the moment. This book kind of concentrates more on Superman and his relationship with this new Batman, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this is going to go. We then have Constantine the Hellblazer issue number 2. Loved the first issue of this, it was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the second issue. That should be good. We then have Earth 2 Society issue number 2. Again, I enjoyed the first issue of this. I think they did the smart thing, not having it all set from when they get on the planet, jumping ahead a bit. I think that's a right way to go, and I'm interested to see where we're going to go with this one. It looks from the cover, I'm gathering that's Huntress. We've got our new Batman in the middle, and we've got our Red Arrow there, so, and then we got the Sandman, so interesting one there. Moving over to Image now, we have a Big Man Plans issue number 4, the final issue. Super sad that this is finishing, but like the old saying goes, all good things come to an end. I've really enjoyed this. It's been ridiculously violent, but also an endearing kind of tale as well, which to get a book that's so over the top violent and at times disturbingly violent, yet as well there's an endearing quality to the story. You gotta be mad crazy talented to be able to pull that off, and This book does that in spades. I'm looking forward to seeing that. This is probably going to be, it's a tough week to pick what's going to be the first book I read, but this is going to be top of my pile. I'm looking forward to seeing how that finishes. We then have A Black Science, issue number 16, which another crazy book in a way, because like, you never know where this is going to go. Just as you think you figured out where it's going, it will completely go in a direction you never expected. So yeah, it's always unexpected. My only criticism is that I love this book, but only criticism is sometimes you have so much happen in each issue that it's difficult to, like last issue, every character seemed to have something going on, and sometimes so much can happen, it's difficult to retain it all. But I'm really enjoying this. Really good book though. A really good book. We have Descender, issue number 5, which is in a similar vein to Black Science. Just as you think you figured out the direction the book's going in, it kind of changes. So I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going to go this issue, because last issue we kind of thought they were going to get the kid back to their planet, but then the story took a turn and now they're off somewhere else. So looking forward to seeing where this is going to go. We have Saga, issue number 30, which I love this book. Just remains brilliantly. Last issue was kind of like the Empire Strikes Back issue, as like all our characters were in peril, so it's going to be interesting to see where the story is going to go this issue. This will be one of the first books I read this week as well. We have Master of Kung Fu, issue number 3, which I'm enjoying this as well. I think one of the good things about Secret Wars is the different kinds of storytelling we'll be able to get from Marvel. And with we had, before Secret Wars, we had Iron Fist, the Living Weapon. We've got Master of Kung Fu. I really hope that in the books that they announce coming up after Secret Wars, that we're going to get some kind of martial arts kind of related book, because I really enjoy these type of books, and it only really seems to be Marvel that puts anything kind of remotely like this out there. You know, you'd have thought somebody working for like an indie company would have put together some kind of like kung fu kind of book. You know, I think there's a market for it if it's done well. We have Lando, issue number 1. Originally I was going to give this one a miss, but it's Charles Soule, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to give the first issue a go, because I like Charles Soule. It's a 5-issue mini. I think it replaces like the Princess Leia one. I'm not sure where it's set, if it's set before Empire or after, or before New Hope. That's going to be interesting to find out. I'm hoping Lobot's going to be here, because he was always a character I really liked that we didn't get to know that much about from the original Star Wars film. We have Bloodshot Reborn, issue number 4. This series has been really good. Not what I was expecting, but he does some really good stuff with Bloodshot in this. We have Unity, issue number 20, as we continue the Warmonger story. This is going to be interesting. I think last issue she took out Ninjak, so who's she going to target this issue? Going to be good. We have Doctor Who, the 11th Doctor Adventures, issue number 14. Part 1 of the 2-part finale. What I like about this book is that it's had one story from the beginning, so it's different to the other 2 Doctor Who books, which has had multiple stories. What I don't like about it is it's had one story since the beginning that I've kind of found confusing at times. I don't know if it's because we've got the 2 writers and they're both on this issue and they've kind of switched, if that's not helped the story. But yeah, I found it confusing at times. I think it's picked up the last couple of issues with the inclusion of going back to ancient Rome, of Cybermen. I think that's helped it pick up, but there's still a lot of characters I don't care about, and I'm hoping it's going to end with more a bite than a whimper. So those are my books for this week. I got this, my comic shop gave me this as well. It's basically, it's just like all the stuff that Marvel put on the internet, you know, about all the new books. So you've got in here, you've got all the, you know, the books that they're bringing out. I may do a separate video on this, going through them and just talking about which books I'm going to get and which ones I'm going to miss. I may do a separate video on that, we'll see. We then, in the post this morning, I had some comics come. You can always tell when it's payday, because I end up buying comics off eBay. I got issue 3 of Divinity, which for some reason I missed when it came out in the shops. So, but I managed to get that, so that's good. And a book from last week, I could have got it from my comic shop, but I didn't know if they had any left in, which I looked today and they did, so I could have got it from there. But it's 8 House, issue number 1, Arclight. I'm looking forward to reading this. From the cover, it looks a different kind of book, so but it's a $2.99, and $2.99 books seem to be kind of like a dying breed. They seem to be going extinct. You know, you look now, Image seem to be doing more $3.50 books than $2.99. DC is starting to move over to $3.99. Marvel, you've only got like one book at Marvel now, that's $2.99. The rest are like $3.99 or $4.99. Other indies like your IDWs, your Boob Studios, your Valiant Comics, you know, Dark Horse Comics, they're all like $3.99 books now. So $2.99 seems to be a dying breed. So if there's a good $2.99 book, I'm going to support it. So that is me pretty much done for today. I will be back, fingers crossed, some point around the weekend, maybe beginning of next week, with a review video. I hope you all have a fantastic new comic book day and you enjoy all your books. Please, if you enjoyed this video, give me those beautiful thumbs up to tell me you like what I'm doing. Any questions or comments, please give them below. Have I missed something really awesome this week that I should be getting? Please let me know in the comments below. I will see you again at some point in the future with my comic reviews. All it leaves me to say is I've been Jason. This has been Dudes Comic Haul. Bye for now.